I'm Sal, and welcome to the first episode of our documentary series on child labor. Today we're asking a difficult but crucial question. Are labor laws ethical if they disrupt local economies? We often view child labor as a clear-cut human rights violation, but the truth is much more complicated. In some parts of the world, eliminating child labor without addressing poverty can create even greater harm. Joining me today is Dr. Kalsadesh Sahirthi, a Nobel Peace Prize winner and tireless advocate for children's rights. He has spent decades rescuing children from forced labor across India and has helped shape global policy. Across the world, over 160 million children are trapped in child labor, many in hazardous industries. These numbers come from the International Labor Organization's 2021 report. While most of the global community agrees that child labor is unjust, there's a serious dilemma. What happens when the law meant to protect children end up hurting the families who rely on their income to survive?
This is the contradiction I've seen too often. In poor communities, children are not working because they are greedy or lazy. They are working because their families are desperate. If we remove the child's income without providing alternatives like food support, free education, or jobs for adults, we drive them deeper into the shadows. Some end up trafficked, some end up abused. We must not replace one form of exploitation with another.
Exactly. In many low-income countries, children aren't working out of choice, but out of necessity. Their wages, however small, often help feed siblings or pay rent. So when governments or international buyers enforce strict labor laws, some families are left with no safety net.
In 2000, when the U.S. banned imports linked to child labor in Bangladesh's garment industry, many praised it as moral victory. But on the ground, over 30,000 children lost their jobs, as reported by UNICEF. Some of them were forced into more dangerous work. Others ended up begging on the streets. This is what happens when laws are passed without listening to the communities they affect.
So the problem isn't the intention, it's the implementation. Without transitional support like financial aid, food programs, or access to education, we risk pushing kids into even more dangerous, invisible labor.
We must build a bridge between rights and reality. Parents aren't exploiting their children, they're trying to survive. Give them decent jobs, give their children school, meals, and basic services, and they will no longer need their children to work.
This is the ethical dilemma. Should labor laws be enforced at any cost, or should they be adapted to local needs? Solving child labor doesn't just mean passing laws, it means building systems that support families.
Eliminating child labor is non-negotiable, but it must go hand in hand with tackling poverty and inequality. Laws alone won't change the world. Compassion, justice, and investment in people will.
So, what can we do? As consumers, we demand transparency in supply chains. As citizens, we can support policies that protect both children and families. As people, we can refuse to accept a system that asks children to sacrifice their futures for survival. That's the end of today's episode. Thank you for tuning in.